Hello, I'm Laura. It's Sunday, December 21st, 2025, and these are today's Heartlines. We start a new theme with the lighting of the fourth candle and the beginning of the fourth week, and that theme is joy. Joy in living. And with our joy, we can embrace all of the beautiful holidays of this season and what they teach us about ourselves. So, today is also the completion of Hanukkah because it is the seventh day, but the eighth night with the eighth candle being lit. And so I went ahead and lit up the whole Hanukkah, all 8 candles plus the shamash that lights the rest of them, to actually reflect our deeper dedication to those human qualities reflected in the Advent themes of hope and faith and peace and love. And there is another holiday that we look at today, and that is the holiday that is at the root of all the festivals of light, whatever the spiritual path that is using them or celebrating them. And that is the solstice. In the southern hemisphere, it is the longest day. And here in the northern hemisphere, it is the longest night. And yet, even in the darkest night, we can find the light. And that's what we focus on today. So this is a time of honoring the cycles of life as the earth moves in its relationship with the sun, and the sun begins to return to the northern hemisphere. And I want to celebrate that light, that returning light with you. But first, it is good, in order to celebrate the light fully, if we first honor the darkness. Yes, honor the darkness. Now, many of us who've lived any length of time have certainly experienced dark times in our lives. And we have moved through them, learning a lot and discovering a lot about ourselves and finding a deeper joy and embracing of life itself because of them. And so when our world goes through dark times, whether it's our nation or the world as a whole, we know the light always returns because it never quite left to begin with. It is the dark times of our lives that teach us the true depth of human strength, courage, and resilience. And it is the times when we close the outer door and go into the deep, dark core of our own being that we actually find the radiant presence of divine light. And in finding that, we awaken joy, because joy is more than an emotion. It is a divine energy for life that sees the light in the darkness and brings it forth. So let's do that right now. Let's touch that light in the depths of our own being by taking a deep breath and closing our eyes and focusing on this idea. With joy in living, I find light in the darkness and embrace the blessings found in all circumstances. With joy in living, I find light in the darkness and embrace the blessings found in all circumstances. And so it is. It was Reverend Maggie Alderman, who has been our writer for the Sunday lessons in our Advent book With Love at Christmas, who said, "With joy, we begin to see the continuous ways that God is indeed at work in our lives, bringing about our highest good in all circumstances. So even in times that seem deep and dark, we can remember the solstice. You know, there is a cave in Ireland at Newgrange that was created by human beings that captures the first light of the sunrise after the longest night and sends it all the way back into the deepest parts of the cave. When we meditate and go to the center of our being, we capture that light in the deepest part of ourselves and send it forth into our world. And what can be more joyful than doing that? So thank you for joining me today as we celebrate the fullness of Hanukkah and the joy of the light that shines in the darkness. Have a wonderful day.